show you that first. We're going to have an area low pressure come right down through here, out of the northern central plains here. And it's going to drop down in here, and it's going to swoop in here, and it's going to swoop right back up. And it's going to be a deepening area low pressure. Here's what the Storm Prediction Center is forecasting for Sunday of enhanced development for very, very, very bad weather here coming into play. Now, how do I know this? Here's what you got to read is down at the bottom, right down here where it says the summary. It says a widespread damaging wind event. Now, this is what's important, y'all. This is going to be a very, very, very bad wind event. I don't think there's any doubt about that. We're going to see hurricane force winds, and Australia. I at this point, we may see a derecho here. What's a derecho? A derecho is a major wind event that keeps going, and it will start, and it will go miles and hang together as a major wind event. This could very well move from Missouri all the way to the Atlantic seaboard as a derecho. Is that possible? Well, that's a long ways. That is a long ways. So let me just read you what it says down here in the summary event. It says, a widespread damaging wind event with some tornado threat is likely on late Sunday afternoon through Sunday night from northeast Texas to southwest lower Michigan. The greatest wind threat appears to be from northeast Arkansas, western Tennessee to southern Indiana during the evening and overnight hours. Gosh, overnight hours. What's the main culprit? A 100 plus knot mid-level jet. A 100 knot plus mid-level jet, y'all. That's the main culprit right there at hand. The dew points in the Ohio Valley, I'm going to show you all that stuff in a minute too. They're not very high. But at this point, we have upper 50s dew points. That's enough. Okay, that's enough. That's enough dew points. Because the jet stream is going to provide all the energy it needs right there. That jet stream is going to... And what does it say right here? A powerful QLCS. What is QLCS? I posted out there for you guys to read what a QLCS is. What's a QLCS? Quasi-linear convection system. What does that mean? That means a huge line of very strong winds with tornadic activity within the line is basically what it means. It really means a powerful, powerful wind event with embedded tornadic activity within it. Some of the worst storms you see that we get on a major spring event are QLCSs. It's just part of what we get during the spring. Man, we're getting spring early, aren't we? As bad as the storms have been so far, y'all, this might be the big one here. Okay, and I say that because when you see the power of this jet stream and what it's bringing, this is going to be a wind event. I'm telling you all right now. There is going to be well over hurricane force. It would not surprise me to see 85, 90 mile per hour wind gust from Missouri all the way to the East Coast. Some faster form. And can you imagine the damage and the planes here? Watch what happens. Watch how it dips down. Planes here. Watch what happens. Watch how it dips down here. Comes out of the upper plains. Here it comes. And what's it doing? It's getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Comes down there. Y'all, it goes down to 982, 990, 979, 978. Is a 978 millibar hanging out there in Michigan. Now, what does that mean, 978 millibars? If that 978 would be out in the Atlantic Ocean, we'd have a hurricane, okay? And a pretty good hurricane. Well, this is a land cane. In other words, we have a land cane on us. Right there, 988. That's a pretty strong tropical storm, borderline hurricane at 98, sitting right there in Illinois. Now, what does all this mean? All right, well, let me show you the wildness part of some of this here that we're looking at here. If you go to tomorrow, you see what it looks like here on Saturday. Bad, yeah. If you look at probabilistic, look what they've done, y'all. They've jumped us to 45% probability of damaging winds and tornadic activity. And probably it's going to be inclusive of a very large hail. All three, I'll put it this way, all four major events. Now, what's all four major events? I'd say probably 3 out of the 4. This thing's going to be moving so fast, I don't think it's going to have a chance to put down a ton of rain to cause a flash flood risk. I don't think that's coming. Because it's going to be moving through so fast, it's not going to be coming. And when I show you the modeling here, you're going to understand why I'm saying that. It's going to be rushing through so fast. Bear in mind, when you get a wind gust coming in, okay? When you get a frontal boundary like this coming in, and it's pushing, if it's traveling 45 miles per hour, okay? That means it's pushing 45 miles per hour of wind with it, okay? That's not counting the wind gust now, okay? That's just the steady winds at 45. I'm just saying if it is 45. So you have to include the wind along with that 45 mile per hour gust. It's just like, it's like stick your car out the window and then you try to push your hand forward. What happens? Well, you can't really do it, right? Well, this area low pressure that's up here, okay, that's going to be setting up here. This wind is trying to race up there to fill that area low pressure in to neutralize that area low pressure and try to equalize everything out. So that wind is trying to rush up there into that area low pressure. Y'all, it never fills in. Okay? That wind never fills in. It doesn't fill in until maybe it gets way up here in Canada is when it finally fills in. But what's going to do? It's going to create so much wind down here and all the way over here. Florida, we're going to get some wind out of this thing. We are not going to be excluded from this event, I don't believe. But let me show you the dynamics of this thing. This is Monday. This is Sunday going into Monday morning. Here is, you ready for this now? Look what day 4 presents. Look what they have put up here for day 4, y'all. We have a huge area. A huge area, 15%. For 7 a.m. on Monday through 7 a.m. on Tuesday. And look at the huge area of 30% forecast of very bad stuff. Okay? So this is a 2-day event going all the way from the center of the country all the way to the East Coast. And everybody from the eastern half of the United States is going to feel this thing. And I do mean everybody is going to feel this. This is a monster of a storm. What's really wild here, let's see, where would I put that at? Is it right here? Yeah, watch this. You want to see something really wild? Watch the snow here on the GFS model on the back side of this. Watch what happens here with the snowfall totals. I seen this, I'm like, wow, what date is this again? So here we are now on Monday at 5 p.m. Look what's happened down here in the lower part here, of the middle part here of Mississippi, Alabama, and parts of Georgia here. Look at the snow in the gray. Now, that's not major snow. But the fact we're looking at, what's that date? It's going to turn cold, y'all. That's what this means. It's going to turn really cold. Now, there's going to be a lot of people with no power. There is no doubt power losses are going to be very widespread at this. It's going to be a very widespread power loss event with this. Many people is going to lose power. And it's going to be cold on the backside of this. Now, how cold? let's look how cold it's going to get. Here is, what's the green up there, y'all? Like, what? Tim, are you kidding me? Look at Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Yeah, that's -8 degrees. That's real temperature. This is not wind chill. That's -8 degrees. Yeah, Minnesota, Wisconsin, below zero. Northern parts of Illinois, below zero. 3 degrees. What's the wind chill look like here? Look at this, y'all. Chicago, -9. This is March, right? March 17th. This is what we're talking about. Look how cold this is. Look how cold it is. Southern Indiana, Evansville, Indiana, 1 degrees. With Indianapolis, -1 at 7 a.m. on this coming Tuesday. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Y'all. Crazy, crazy temperatures coming in on the backside of this. And people are going to have no power. You're going to have no power. So many people will not have any power with this. Texas, you're going to be in the 30s. Again, are you remiss? No. The eastern side here of Texas is going to catch this thing. Louisiana, same thing. Missouri, Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, the Panhandle of Florida. We're all going to catch some parts of this. We're all going to catch it. And it's coming, you guys. It is absolutely, there is no doubt this is coming. Look over here. Single digit there in Pennsylvania and below zero in Pennsylvania. Again, this is Tuesday. What's Wednesday look like? Is Wednesday much better? Yeah, it's going to get a little bit better, we'd think, right? Maybe. Yeah, maybe not. Look at 7 a.m. on Wednesday. Yeah, we're 10 degrees. The really cold stuff is up here, though. So at least we're not below zero over here. But look at this. Look at all the single-digit readings. Michigan, 7 degrees. Guys, this is in March. This is mid-March. This is not January. But, man, Mother Nature thinks it's January right now. Down here in Florida. Look down here in Tampa Bay. 44 to 39 degrees in the Tampa Bay region. This is why my fishing trip, we canceled it. I said, oh, hell no. I am not dealing with that. There ain't no way I'm going to be on any lake fishing for bass and crappie with 39 and 44 degrees temperature. Forget about it. Not doing it. My fishing trip got canceled. There was no way I could do that. I couldn't do it. Just absolutely couldn't do it. Look at the anomaly here. Look at these anomalies. It's 10, 15, 20 degrees below normal. So cold air coming, right? You guys get the picture of this on the back side of it. All right. Now I want to share it with you because I thought people don't understand what the ramification of this will be. Okay. Now is this going to be our last cold air of the year, of the season, of this magnitude? I don't know if it's going to be the last. We can look at the modeling here of the GFS model and go ahead on out real quickly. It doesn't make me any difference. I don't mind showing you all that. Let's see. Is the anomaly here going to be? Look over here. What's really wild though is look how warm it is over here on the West Coast. And all the cold air is over here, isn't it? Does it eventually flip? It usually does. And here it comes. There's that flip coming. Then we get a little warm. But look at the cold air still in place here. You remember me showing you guys the polar vortex, what it was doing? Last week I think is when I showed that polar vortex. I said, y'all, man, the polar vortex is not showing any comfort level for the continental U.S. It looks like it's gonna be cold. And y'all, here it is, March 25th, and we're still well below normal here, temperature-wise. Now, this deep south looks like we got some good temperature. But look at the Ohio Valley region. Look at Indiana there on March 27th. That's 25 to 30 degrees below normal. Wind chill there. Let's see. Let me zoom in there. What's the wind chill there at? Central region there. Hit that. Click quit. It's 39 degrees. Guys, this is March 27th. And that's at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Look what goes to it on March 28th on Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. They're 21 degrees. You can't even, you cannot, it's going to, any crops, any vegetation you have out right now for vegetables, some people have already started their gardens up here. This is big garden country up in here. Kentucky, Tennessee, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio. These people all put gardens out for vegetables and fruits and stuff. It's going to ruin the fruits and vegetables up here is what's going to happen. Those that got it. Time. We're at 49 hours out. The HR model only goes out to 48 hours, doesn't it? Right? Okay, now watch this. Look at these updrafts starting up, and these updrafts start in about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, moving there through Arkansas and Missouri. This is what it looks like at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Central. I'll zoom there so you guys can see it. Now, we know that the RFS model kind of over exaggerates things a little bit, don't we? We know that happens. But boy, let's hope it does. It's over exaggerating right here, too. Because, y'all, these are some extremely strong updrafts these things giving us here. And just give you an idea here. Again, look at that. All the way from basically Missouri, all the way to the East Coast like that. All the way there. From Missouri, all the way to the East Coast. Now, let me zoom in there into, say, the Ohio Valley region. Yes, you guys over in Texas, you're going to get this. Oh, Louisiana, yes, you're going to get part of this. Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York. We're all going to get this of some magnitude. Down here in Florida, yes. Look at the updrafts down here through the whole state. Through the whole state, we got updrafts down here. Now, are we going to get tornadic activity in there? I don't know, y'all, yet. I don't know yet. Not until I see the HR model and get an idea what the HR model is going to give us down here in Florida yet. I don't know. We'll wait and see what that brings us. But I just want to zoom in here a little bit so you guys can understand what this HR model, the RFS model here is doing. And I just want to show you how strong these updrafts are. It's starting to update right now as we speak. All right, look at these strong updrafts. It's putting down, say, from Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas. Man, really strong updrafts there in Arkansas. Really strong updrafts getting up there into Missouri. Illinois, man, look at the southern half of Illinois. Indiana, Michigan up here. And then it goes down here into Kentucky, Tennessee. Then you get over to the East Coast. Man, look at these strong updrafts over here. Long track updrafts, too. Look at these long track pink ones over here. I'll tell you, the updrafts over here on the Atlantic seaboard are maybe as bad or worse over here as they are in the Ohio Valley region and Tennessee Valley region. You look over in the Mid Atlantic region over here. Look at this. Look how strong these updrafts over here in North Carolina, Virginia. Man, y'all, Pennsylvania up here. What is it? Is that could that be really large hail? Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But one thing I'm telling you right now, there is some major problems here coming into play. And let's just say the RFS model, it over exaggerates things. We know it does. We know it always does. Is it over exaggerating that much? Boy, I don't know, y'all. I certainly hope it calms down a little bit. Let's look and see what is the NAM model giving us. The NAM model takes us out to 60 hours out. It's not there yet. It's just not quite getting us out there yet. It's not. It takes us at 2 a.m. on Monday morning, so we can't see what happens here really in the middle of the night on Monday. It's got a few updrafts here. Nothing crazy though, like what the RFS model is doing. It's not nearly close as the NAM model has never been really doing well lately. It's not been a very good model for us this year. I don't know why, what's going on with it, but it's not acting right for some crazy reason. Let's look see what the wind gust here on the NAM model is. Wow, look at the wind gust here though. Man, look at all the 55 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts here. That alone is telling us maybe what we may be facing here, right? Look at these. Look at the wind effects down here. Look at the rippling effect of the winds. You see those rippling effects there? That's happening. That is crazy to see that right there. That's a sign of a major wind gust front coming through. Major, y'all. Texas, you're going to be part of that wind. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get this wind. Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, you're going to get this wind, y'all. How much you're going to get, how strong is it going to be? I can't tell you that yet with much certainty. Can't show it to you much yet. Here's the European model now. Now I want you to look at this. Man, look what it looks like at 7 p.m. on Sunday evening. Now the Storm Prediction Center has the highest probability of really bad, severe stuff. Where does it show it at? Let me go back over here to Sunday. Where does that show the highest probability of the most severe stuff be at? It's in southern Indiana, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, southwest Tennessee, uh, southeast Missouri, and northeast Arkansas. That sector right there is the worst area for severe weather. And if you look at the European model, is that look like pretty similar to what it looks like? If I go a little bit further, look what's happening here in Tennessee and Kentucky. Is that supercell activity up here? Probably is. Probably that's supercell activity. And look down here in Tennessee, and down here through Tennessee, through Mississippi, into Louisiana, across Arkansas, and down here back here into Texas. Is that supercell activity back here, y'all? It very well might be. Very well might be. So there's going to be a wind gust here coming in. There is little doubt. I mean, there is little doubt we're going to be getting a major wind gust front coming through. Look how it's bowing. See how that bow? Look how it's bowing out. That alone, when you see a bow like that, that's a sign of wind and strong wind. And then it keeps going. Now it kind of falls apart there a little bit. Look, we still got that wind gust there. Look at that wind gust profile right through there. Still there in it. Still bowing outward in it. Then I go to the mid-Atlantic here. Here it comes. And look at the strong storms. Up in Pennsylvania. Across Maryland. Virginia. North Carolina. It's all there. And that's what it looks like by 7 p.m. on Monday. Now, this is what's important here for these guys. Look what it looks like at 11 o'clock in the morning. What do we got going on here? Well, unless they get some shower activity, and right now it kind of looks like spotty stuff. Let's just say the sun's shining right here. Let's say the sun is shining right there in North Carolina and Virginia right there. And then here comes this frontal boundary coming in. Y'all, the instability there could be enormously huge in that area. And if I back it up now, I go back over to the central region. What time does that come in over there? Let's watch it here. What time is that right there for, say, Illinois, Indiana? Right here in Missouri, Arkansas. Guys, that's 6 p.m. What's happened? We've had the heating of the day coming in play here, don't we? We have all the suns been heating up Mother Earth right here. And the ground is causing, by the heating of the ground, it's causing air to rise. The instability factor here is going to be enormously huge. The timing here could not be any worse. Honestly, could not be. It's just a really bad timing. So you have the maximum heating of the day that's taking place here. And here comes that strong wind gust profile and the strong winds coming in. Let's stop it right there at 7 p.m. And let's just analyze this right there at that point. What's the K index in that line right there look like? We have 39.1 in an area right through there. 39.1. What's the surface cap look like? Now this is what's important. Up in Indiana, Kentucky, Southern Illinois, Arkansas, Missouri, Arkansas here. Look at the strong surface cap down here. Right? You got a big strong surface cap down here. You don't have much surface cap up here, do you? So what does that mean? That means those storms can bust through that surface cap barrier very, very easy up there in Indiana. That's what it means. That means there's nothing really to stop those storms from busting through. Them storms can go as high as they want to go. The lower the surface cap is, okay, the easier it is for these storms to bust through it. Strong surface cap like we have down here in Texas, it's much harder. But if a storm is strong enough to bust through that right there, boom, you got explosive stuff. So it means you got to have much stronger storms down here to get through this surface cap. Well, maybe down here in southern parts of Texas, that surface cap may be protecting you down there from strong storms from hitting you down there. We're up here where it gets a little bit lighter. Those storms can bust through it a lot easier. And if you look at that lightning there, it kind of shows that, doesn't it? It does. It kind of shows it. Okay, what's the dew points look like now? Here's what's wild. We got 50 dew points up in Indiana and Kentucky. Now, if we had, I'm glad we don't see it right now, but if we had mid 50 to 60 dew points up here, or even 70 dew points up there, God forbid it be 70 dew points, what we're seeing. But we got 50 dew points up here. 50 dew points with what I'm getting ready to show you is plenty strong enough to give us this bad severe frontal boundary that we're going to be getting here. Look at the dry line here. And look how crazy that dry line looks compared to the dew point here line. Now, bear in mind, where's that pressure located at that point? It's right there. What's it say? 988 millibars. So what's happening? All this wind from Texas through Louisiana, all this wind is trying to fill in that area low pressure pair. So wind is coming down here and whipping up here, trying to get it up there in that area low pressure to fill it in. It's trying to balance out the barometric pressure. It's trying to balance out what the rest of the surroundings are. And it's trying its best to do it by what? Forcing wind in from all directions around. So we're going to have really strong winds down here too. Okay, look at this 500 millibar wind. This is this alone is an ominous looking sight here. Look at this. I mean, what does that say? That's 115 knots, y'all. I mean, a crazy, crazy 500 millibar wind. And look what this does. I'm gonna leave it. It's 8 p.m. here. Okay, now let's watch this 500 millibar wind. Look what it goes to. It goes to 126 knots. What does it look like over the East Coast? Does it subside at all? Look at that. It goes to 134 knots. Y'all, that's 134 knots sitting right across Indiana right there. 134 knots of wind shear at 500 millibars. It goes to 143 knots. I don't remember the last time I've seen wind shear of 143 knots before. And it goes all the way to the East Coast like this. Look at this. I can't remember the last time I've seen an aerial pressure that deep and that strong all the way coming out of the plains and deep in that like that with that 500 bar wind. Y'all, this is incredible in itself to see this, what's going on right here in the atmosphere. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Y'all, I'm not here to hype it. I'm just showing the facts, what the models are giving us right now. That's all I'm doing. So let's back it up here at Sunday now, at around between 7 and 8 p.m. Let's just leave it right there at 8 p.m. All right, so what do we got? We have wind shear coming through Texas, coming up here like this, and then it bends toward the north a little bit, toward Indiana there. You see it right through there. Now, where is that line of lightning at right there? It's right here, isn't it? It's right there. That's where all the nasty's at right there at 8 p.m. There it is. Now, where's that surface cap look like? Remember I told you the lighter the surface cap is, the lot easier it is to break through up here, and those thunderstorms just blossom and grow. Down here, what do we have down here? We got a 2,000 plus surface cap down there. Not a lot of lightning down there, really, is there? Not a lot, but there is some down there. What is happening there? So they're in that part of Texas down here, as an example. Those little B storms in there, supercell activity. You bet you there will be. Those will be supercells down there. And I say that because that 500 millibar wind that I showed you right there. Here's that 500 millibar wind. Look at it. Look what's just screaming through Texas right there. Here's a 700 millibar wind. What's it doing? Look at it. It's screaming, guys, at 78 knots through here. Screaming. Here is the 850 millibar winds. Now, why am I showing you for the first time 850 millibar winds? Because it's at 71 knots. That's why. Unbelievable amount of wind shear at 850 millibars. So why am I showing you this? Well, 850 knots is just above your head, basically, okay? It's barely just above your head. It's about 5,000 feet up, if that, even. 5,000 feet up in the atmosphere is nothing. So what does that mean? That means 70 knots of wind, 71 knots of wind, can easily be forced down from the sky and make it all the way to the surface. That's the reason I'm showing you this. Hurricane force winds. Look at the possibility of all these hurricane force winds in that area right in through here. You see why I'm showing it for you, do you? So here is now the surface wind at the lower levels. And I want you to see where these surface winds are coming from. Now, over in Texas, you have a collision line here. Look at that collision line down there in Texas. You got surface winds coming out of the Gulf, don't you? Then you got a strong winds coming out of the north. There's your collision line. Right where that severe thunderstorm activity is happening at is right there. Right there. What kind of wind shear you think you got going on right there? With the lower level winds coming in this direction, you got lower level winds coming in this direction. And you got that strong 500 millibar. And so yes, tornado activity down here? Yeah, y'all. You got it down here too. What's really bad down here is the instability factor. It's even higher down here. Now, the Storm Prediction Center has the batty stuff up here, don't they? They do. And here's why they got that. Look where these lower level winds coming up down here. And look how strong it is. We got 21 and 22 knots in the lower levels of wind shear. Now, why is it like that for? What did I show you? What's happening? That low is up here, right? And the winds are trying to move into that area of low pressure to fill it in. That's the reason why at the lower levels we have a strong wind in the lower levels. So we got a fight going on here right now. Right there is where that really bad thunderstorm activity is happening, right? Look at the lower level winds here moving in this direction, and you have these lower level winds moving in this direction. Y'all, look how much spin we're gonna have in the atmosphere here when you see it looking like this. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. James said 850 millibars is only 478 feet. Yeah, I said 5,000. That 5,000. It's actually at 700 millibars. Sorry about that. Yeah, 850 feet. 850 millibars is like 500 feet in the air, is what it is. No, I got it right. 850 millibars is, I said 5,000 feet. What'd you say there, James? You said 4,781 feet. I said 5,000, so round it off a little bit is what I did. So I was right. 850 millibars is 5,000 feet in the air. That's correct. You see the problem here, guys, though? This is brutal. And that's the reason why the Storm Prediction Center is forecasting what they're doing. I really, at this point right now, if I can show you what the European model and the GFS model is doing for winds, I don't know how accurate this will be. But here's the wind gust swath. You can see it fill in. And look all the way through. Look over in the Gulf. Man, these poor guys offshore could very well get hurricane force wind gusts offshore here on these oil platforms over here. Look at the wind gust way over here. Look at Ohio. My, oh my, oh my. Look at poor Ohio. It looks like it's around 82 knots. It's around 82 miles an hour. It says 82.6. That could be maybe up here in the Great Lakes region. It could be in Ohio. I don't know exactly where that. But nonetheless, y'all, that's hurricane force wind gusts there in Ohio. Indiana, near hurricane force wind gust. This is what the European model is giving us. Here's the GFS model. Kind of the same stuff, isn't it? Kind of the same stuff. All you gotta do is look at the orange. You look at that orange right there, you're getting 60 plus mile per hour wind gusts anytime you see orange. 50 miles per hour in the lighter orange. The brighter orange is 60 miles an hour. And you look down here in Florida. Are we exempted from this? Yeah, we might miss the really bad stuff as far as wind. But we're still going to get a strong wind gust come through. And it's probably going to get a pretty strong band of thunderstorm activity down here in Florida as well. Up here, it's going to be bad, y'all. It's going to be really bad up here. I think the fight there is going to be tremendous with that 500 millibar wind up there. And the 700 millibar, what it's doing, it's screaming right through there as well. And I'm telling you right now, y'all, you better prepare for power losses. We could see a large part of the eastern half of the United States losing power, and it could be a lot of people. Power line crews, the polemen, man, if you see one, bless them. Is what I tell you, because they're gonna have problems. Our poor linemen are gonna have major problems here on their hands here, because there's gonna be a lot of people with no power. Yeah, get your homes ready, y'all. I'm telling you, look outside. Do not have anything that can fly around outside. I'm talking about the entire eastern half of the United States. Look, go outside and look and see what you're going to have flying around. What would I have flying around outside? Because a lot of people are going to have flower pots put out right now. They're trying to get their Easter lilies out and get them up and going. I can't imagine what all's happening up in say Indiana, Kentucky, and Tennessee. No one knows areas up there and how much they celebrate Easter and what they do. You're looking at the Bible Belt country right through there, through Virginia and all those areas, North Carolina. Y'all, those are big Bible Belt countries, parts of the world right there. And man, they celebrate Easter with Easter flowers out, Easter lilies having them. It's gonna be bad stuff. It's gonna be some bad stuff. And all I can say is look what might fly around. Don't let things fly around into your neighbor's home or into your home, into your car. Don't have a bicycle out. Don't have a kid's bike out. I mean, anything that you can find outside that can fly around and be an object, this might be the time to go out and look at. This is the GFS model. Here's the European model. Let me flip it over. Look at it. Let's look at the wind gusts of it. What is it giving us? Look at that. Look what's doing there in Ohio. 70 mile per hour. And look at the large area of tropical storm force winds. And then the orange, you're getting it higher than that, 50, 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts in cases. And as much as maybe 80. Now, I don't trust the European or the GFS model even coming anywhere close to being precise as to how much wind there is. It's usually not right. And it's usually under forecast as wind gust. We see this in the tropics all the time. It's never they never come close to forecasting what the proper wind gust is. They never do, and I assume it's probably not doing the same thing here either. And if it's underestimating these wind gusts, can you imagine what it's really going to be? Maybe that's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So y'all look and see what you need to do. And as Connie said, take your flags down. Maybe lower your flagpole. Don't want to take a chance of having a flagpole bent over and bent out of shape. And can you replace the flagpole? Yeah, but what if it bends over and hits your car or goes through a window when some of this is taking place? You don't want that kind of stuff happening. And if you got shutters, y'all, if you have shutters, you might pull them down because we're not even talking about hail yet, right? But what if we get monster sized hail with this kind of wind coming in too? That could be bad stuff, y'all. It could be bad. And we're not even talking about We're not even talking about too much what the possibilities of that linear line that we're talking about there, that linear quasi line that's showing up here. How many embedded tornadic cells are we going to have here? Look down here in Florida. That's what I'm talking about. Look at Florida on Monday at 1 p.m. No, I'm not fishing Monday. Nope, nope, nope. No way. No way. Not with that looking at. Not what it looks like down there. Kayla, get your rain suit on, and I want you to go outside for us and give us an idea how strong the winds might be down in Florida for us, Kayla. That's gonna be your job on Monday. That's one Monday at 1 p.m. here, Kayla. We'll do a live with you, Kayla, outside, and you give us an idea. What do y'all think? Since Kayla didn't want to answer her phone at say at 1 o'clock in the morning, she can give us a live update at 1 p.m. I think, right? She should be awake by then. she, I mean, surely she'll be awake at 1 p.m. in the afternoon, right? She'll be taking an afternoon nap. So we'll give her a live. We'll have her go out and give us a live update there at 1 o'clock, looking like what's out there in Florida. Do me a favor though, Kayla. Don't. Let's not hold an umbrella up in the sky very long, with all that lightning we have right there though. Okay, I would say no umbrella, no umbrella. I quit laughing out loud. Oh, y'all, you see what I'm talking about though. This is gonna be brutal. Sunday afternoon. It all starts about 3 p.m. is what time it starts, and it mainly starts there in Missouri is when it all comes together. That line starts come together there in Missouri, and it starts getting bad there. Even look at 10 a.m. in the morning up here in Iowa and across Missouri and there in Illinois. That's what it looks like at 10 a.m. Kind of gives you a hint right there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and that line really. Kaylee, what? Tell your family to watch themselves there in Arkansas. That's what it looks like at 3 p.m. right there, moving right through where your family is in Arkansas about 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Bad stuff, y'all. Bad stuff. Now everybody's gonna be watching what? They're gonna be watching college basketball, and there it is at 6 p.m. Eastern. What comes on at 6 p.m.? Well, the selection comes on, right? Selection Sunday, 6 p.m. for college basketball. Who's gonna be in the look at 10 a.m. in the morning up here in Iowa, and let's hope we got power to watch the fun of that because there's a lot of kids, and these kids are all be gathered up in these college in these gymnasiums and their in the coaches' offices and their players' rooms, and they'll be watching to see where they're going to be ranked, what's their seed going to be, and and that's going to be especially over here in Missouri and Arkansas and upper in Illinois. A lot of these teams are going to be making the playoffs. Tennessee, you're in the playoffs. I know. There's what looks like at 8 p.m. So there's going to be a lot of interest down there in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana and Texas. You guys. It's not going to be pretty right there at 8 p.m. for many, and that's what we're looking at now. Again, how accurate is that down here in say in Texas? Y'all, even up here, is that going to be supercell activity? Is that going to be supercell activity down there? Again, if those thunderstorms are busting through that big surface cap down there in Texas, and you're getting that coming on, it could be some powerful supercells down there. Up here, these are going to be probably supercell activity, but it's easy to bust through the surface cap up here. Down there, it's a lot harder. And if it does if those thunderstorms bust through that surface cap down there, you could be looking at some very powerful supercells down there. And again, you look at the Storm Prediction Center forecast right now. You're down there. You look at the yellow there, and if you put up the probabilistic here, again you're in the yellow and brown all the way in the Houston area. San Antonio, you're getting close to San Antonio, Waco, Texas, Dallas, Texas. You're right on that line of brown. Don't underestimate y'all what the brown profile here gives us. Okay, don't underestimate what that brown probabilistic can give you. Severe stuff. Look at the entire state of Florida. The entire state is in a severe watch here. The entire state is. Go Gators. Yeah, Gators going to be tough to beat. Razorbacks going to be tough to beat. That's another good basketball. Houston, wow. Good basketball team. Houston's going to be a tough out. Uh, we just called off two or three teams there that could very easily be in the Final Four right there. I love college basketball. My Hoosiers ain't gonna make it this year. Uh, they do. It's because somebody got beat that probably shouldn't have got beat. That's what that means. Now, what I need to happen for the Hoosiers to get in, I need the teams that's supposed to win their conference to win their conference. What to make it bad is if a team wins their conference it's not supposed to, and that team that got beat is still gonna get in, then that took away a spot from a team that maybe is in the last four teams maybe getting in. That's kind of the way it works. And then James is right. If you're in any color, you're at risk. 100% right, James. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. Again, go outside. Look and see what you can get floated around. I am off on Monday. This is one of the very few times that I can say I'm off on Monday to watch all this take place. And I'll be having a live radar up and watching it all for y'all. Okay? Um, I don't know what James' status quo is on Monday. I don't know if he starts his job. I don't believe he does. Uh, but maybe he can help me out some. And we're going to have Kayla standing outside. And she's going to be giving us an update from outside there in the Tampa Bay region there. So we'll have many things covered here. Oh my God, she's gonna kill me tomorrow at work. That's what she's gonna be doing. Uh, James said he'll be watching too. So y'all will have everything we can have out there possible. We'll have live here to help things out. Okay. So everyone have a great evening. And oh boy, Timothy in capital letters now. All right, Kayla, I'll see you tomorrow at work, hon. All right, y'all have a great evening. God bless you all. And I'm telling you, be prepared to lose your power, guys. Be prepared to lose your power because there is going to be a major power loss coming. She says, I'm calling the cops. Oh, you gotta love the girl, right? Gotta love the girl. All right, guys, have a great evening. God bless you all.